gone live on both. So excuse me if I'm looking up or looking down. I have them right underneath. If anybody, I know 10 a.m. on Sunday, I wasn't sure how busy everybody would be this weekend, but I really wanted to hop on and do a top 10 video, and it'll be live for 24 hours and hopefully empower and enlighten and share with somebody that needs these oils today. And also I'd like to keep this on my Facebook and Instagram. I will have to figure out how to keep it so that it can be watched again as I meet people and they want to learn more about the top 10, but don't necessarily want to wait to come to a class. So that's why I'm on here this morning. We got a crazy day, but I'm up here in my office and hopefully it'll be quiet and the kids will stay playing games and stuff. So, all right. So I'm not going to talk much about anything else today other than the top 10. I will just quickly how I got into oils and why doTERRA, because that is so important, especially as I've been on social media talking about essential oils, and I've even had friends and loved ones say, oh, well, Stephanie said this was great, and then go get it off the shelf and have some really severe bad reactions. And that just puts such a bad taste in people's mouths about essential oils. So just a little side note, when I talk about essential oils, I am only and always referring to doTERRA. Not all essential oils are the same, and we're going to jump into a little bit about what makes doTERRA different comparatively to some of those that you're seeing on the shelf. So real quick, if you guys do jump on here or even watch this in the next 24 hours and you have somebody that you think would be empowered by learning about these beautiful oils, please share, hit the share button on Facebook or Instagram, and or tag them in it, or however, if you think that this is something that they might need to know more about. And then today, so we're gonna really dive into how just 10 oils, I have them all right here, or can help about 80% of the problems that arise in your home. So that's so amazing. And I like to say you really can't put a price point on being able to just grab an oil and help your children, you know, whether it's in the middle of the night or, you know, on the go, or when you arise, not going to CVS or some of those, you know, big box stores and having to grab something that synthetic things that you can have right there and help in the home. So it's very, very empowering to have these oils available and in your home. Okay, how did I get into oils? I get asked a lot of times how I went from being a hairdresser to sharing and selling essential oils. And it's really not that complicated of a story, other than I just was in this beauty industry for 14 years. And I watched a lot of premature births. I watched a lot of pregnancy issues. I watched a friend in Georgia pass away from cancer, lung cancer. Never smoked a day in her life, just from the chemicals she was inhaling as a hairdresser for her 20 years. I watched a lot of these problems arise, and unfortunately it didn't really dawn on me, or the light bulb didn't go off until I had a daughter who was sensitive. I've always had sensitive skin. I just kind of dealt with it, never really, you know, thought out a solution until I had a baby, of course. So once I had a baby, I really started to change, and the light bulb kind of went off about all the stuff that was in our products, all the stuff I was being exposed to on a regular basis. Of course, hairdressers, you know, are times 10 with the amount of chemicals we're around, but I really got to watch that firsthand, how these chemicals really affect our bodies and what they're doing to us and even to our children. So I quickly, you know, started changing out food. I had no choice but to change out all the baby products and laundry detergent and stuff like that. So it's a lot of late night research. At the time, there wasn't near, this was 10 years ago, there wasn't near as much available to us as there is now. And I love that we are changing, and that is my goal, is to be part of this change and to be part of this against so many chemicals and synthetics that are just not necessary in our lives and are causing so many people so many issues. So that kind of just ripple effect, like it usually does, into my cleaning solution and my medicine cabinet were the last things. And I was very blessed to have somebody share Melaleuca with me for my son. He had some major ear issues going on and nothing was seeming to work. So I didn't believe it, like most people. I was very put off by it and was like, oh, okay, we'll see how's something this natural gonna work. And it did. And I continued to use it and fell in love. And then I decided I could be home with my kids more and share something. So now I just say I'm making, I used to make people beautiful on the outside. Now my goal is to help people to be beautiful on the inside. And, my dream job is interior design. So my whole life is just around making people happier and feeling better and about themselves and their lives and really just living the fullest life they can, the happiest life they can. So that being said, how are we going to solve 80% of the medicinal or 80% of the problems that arise in your home today with just 10 oils, guys? So I'm going to go through these. I'm going to go through pretty quick. Please know there are a lot more things that these one bottles of oils can do. And if you guys are on here and you've had experience with essential oils, please type in what you use essential oils for or how you came about, like what brought the essential oils into your life. And of course, if I share some of these oils and you have some previous experience with them, feel free to type in how they help you, because I'm just going to go over the quick ways to use these essential oils and how we use them more on a daily basis, but do note that there's tons and tons of ways to use these top 10. So in a little research, you guys will see how effective and how amazing these oils are. So first one we're going to go over is peppermint. Peppermint is almost a daily oil in our home. Big thing we use it for is any kind of tension, whether that's in head, neck. A lot of people will sit in the office. This is a really good one. In a diffuser, it's very, very uplifting in a diffuser. And then one of my favorite ways besides heads to use it is for cooling down. So I pack a spray bottle with peppermint and water before Disneyland, baseball games, cheerleading, you name it. We always have peppermint on us. And it really cools down. If your kids or you are feeling really hot, this is going to be great to run down the spine and help reduce that temperature. I think that's about the quickest ways to use peppermint. Oh, I love putting a drop in my water. If there's any kind of tummy issues, even my kids will drink peppermint water. It tastes fine. I tell them it's their medicine and it's just a drop of water or peppermint in water for any kind of digestive issues is great too. Roseanne says for cooling in her water as well. Yes, to cool down. Ladies going through any kind of change, this is a blessing to keep a spray bottle with about 10 drops of peppermint and water next to your bed. So amazing, amazing oil to have. And like I said, this is just a start of what peppermint can do. All right, next is lavender. I think most of us are pretty familiar with lavender, but I usually like to stop on lavender and note that the lavenders you find in some of the stores at the mall and on the shelves is not true lavender. It's fragrance lavender, and it's not the same. So just note that there is a difference, and some people might even like the smell of those fragrance lavenders better, but they are mostly synthetic and produced in a lab. They're not going to give you those true effects that a lavender 100% essential oil will give you. So I think most of us are pretty familiar with lavender. All things calming. If you have a lavender spray or a lavender bath soak or something sorry, I'm looking. Oh, Tessa said a drop of peppermint in your water can be a quick appetite suppressant. Yes, and great for sugar cravings as well. So drinking peppermint in your water, or tea is tastes good and has many, many benefits. So lavender is all things soothing. So great to calm the body down for you and your children before bedtime. Great to add to a bath. Great for any kind of calming for the skin as well. All things skin related that we need to bring down. Lavender is going to be our go-to. And for anything a little more serious, we'll do lavender and frankincense together is amazing. And I have frankincense in the top 10, so we'll talk about that here in a minute. Real quick, I'm going to stop and just tell you guys what makes doTERRA different. Why doTERRA? I researched a lot of different oils when I was introduced to doTERRA, but I did a lot of research before I decided to jump into the business side of the oils. And the big thing that stands out with doTERRA, and they continue to prove how amazing they are, is I want you guys to just note that there are absolutely no regulations on essential oils in America, unfortunately. It falls under the beauty industry, so much like shampoos, conditioner, face, skin products. There's not a lot of regulations on them. And with essential oils, they only have to have 1%, and we've even noted that that's not always even true, but only 1% of actual essential oil has to be in the bottle. And I have story after story of researching essential oils for people that they've used to find that there's actually not even the essential oil that was supposed to be in that bottle. It might be a different essential oil and a cheaper essential oil, and then highly, highly diluted. So 80% of all our essential oils on the market are adulterated or synthetic, or really diluted. So you really just don't know what you're getting. So doTERRA came up with their CPTG. Yes, it is their creation, and a lot of people say, well, they came up with it. The reason they came up with it is because they had to, because there was no standard, and there still is no standard in the essential oil world or community. So they had to come up with the standard that they would make all of their oils live up to. And I have seen personally, if the oil does not live up to what it's supposed to do, then dump a batch. So they want to ensure that every drop is the same and every drop is always, always pure. That being said, doTERRA goes to the ends of the earth. Then said, I cringe when I see oils at Costco and Target. Yes. Those aren't oils, guys. Those are fragrances. They're going to be much like if you were to purchase a cheap perfume or a candle. So those are not going to be, and most of them will tell you right on the bottle that they are not used for any kind of medicinal purposes. You will never take any other oil internally. So that being said, where was I at with this? Oh, so doTERRA sources to the ends of the earth. They go wherever the crop, the tree, the roots are going to flourish, where they're going to do their best and grow their best. And why this might not sound that important, if you guys look at the bottom of that one rubbed off, let me find one that still has it on there. So you guys can go to a website called sourcetoyou.com, and you guys can enter a code. It's that top, here, let me show both of you guys. There's a top code, and I usually do it for you guys live, but right now I'm using my iPad and my computer. But it's really easy. You just go in there, and it'll say quality reports. Click on that, and you're going to enter that code, and then it's going to pull up a PDF form. Cool thing about that is it's going to show you all the constituents and properties of that essential oil, where it was sourced, and all of that. So I just bring this up to show you guys, that doTERRA is the only oil company that does this. They go above and beyond to show you guys that their essential oils are top quality. And B, to show you that the reason that, like, even the lavender, I always say I saw lavender growing in Utah on the side of a highway, and it was very wilted. You could tell where the pollution and smog was getting into it. That lavender they pull, even if it is pure, is not going to have those same constituents that doTERRA lavender is sourced in France, because of the the sourcing and the way they bring it up, the soil, all of that matters. So like when you pull up a lavender constituent, the big thing that makes lavender so calming is a constituent called linalool. Linalool is very, very high. In fact, it's about a third of the lavender, doTERRA lavender. So, and that's what brings the calming. As to where if you pull up another, even if it was pure and not adulterated or synthetic, that linalool is going to be small, if hardly there at all. Therefore, it's not going to work the same on your body. So I hope that just kind of tells you guys a little bit of an insight of why sourcing overseas and where these plants grow naturally is so important, because when we are using these for medicinal purposes, it's going to make a huge, huge difference. So if you've ever tried another essential oil, please don't knock it. Please don't, you know, I get so many people that get that bad taste in their mouth about essential oils because they have tried something and have had reactions or burning sensations and stuff like that, because that is not pure essential oils. I cannot stress that enough. So try lavender, reach out to me, grab a sample so you can really, you'll notice a difference very, very quickly. So lavender, all things calming, soothing. That was my little spill on why doTERRA. And quick note too, doTERRA is doing some amazing things for the world, which is a big why for me. Every time you purchase doTERRA products, the money is really going back into these communities. We have a fund called Healing Hands, where every cent that is donated to Healing Hands goes back to these communities. So, you know, Haiti produces our vetiver and never had running water. Well, Healing Hands came in and piped water line into their community and for our growers. They're providing schools for kids who have never had education before, medical needs, medical trucks, medical facilities for these people who have never had these type of things in their life. So the doTERRA really goes above and beyond and cuts out that middleman, cuts out that broker who is always robbed, steals, and really cheats these growers that don't know anything else and have been growing these for generation after generation, because essential oils are nothing new. They've been around a long time. Okay, lemon. Lemon is one I definitely use every single day. I told you when I first kind of switched over, the last two things were my medicinal cabinet and my cleaning products. And I was so excited to find just how easy and how much more effective and actually cheaper using essential oils for cleaning was. So with baking soda, lemon, and vinegar, you can clean just about every part of your house. Your windows, your floors, your walls. We make a lovely wood polish. And lemon runs about $10 for a full bottle. So you can see how cost effective this would be too. But aside from cleaning, we put this in my water every single day. It is great for a minor detox on a regular basis, because no matter how many chemicals we get out, mind you, you guys can control about 70% of the chemicals you are exposed to, and the EPA put that out on a daily basis just by changing over the product in your home. So 70% is a great amount, but unfortunately when we walk outside and stuff, we are exposed to other chemicals. So this is really gonna help to detox on a regular basis. And it makes most people drink more water because it tastes delicious. Tessa said, lavender helps with bruises. My son got a shiner from a flying fidget spinner, and lavender was a blessing, yes. So lavender is amazing for all things skin. And the Roseanne said she saved so much money by making her own product. And I'm not a DIYer, guys. If you've seen any of my social media videos, if it takes longer than 5 minutes, I'm not doing it. It's just not happening. So when I talk about these DIY things, it's literally dumping, vinegar and lemon in a glass spray bottle and having a full jar of window cleaner. So it's just really simple to do. It's nothing complicated. But that's just a few ways. Lemon's great for all things cleansing, even removing like the sticky tags with the holidays coming up around stuff. A little bit of lemon on there. It's amazing for cleaning shoes. My son's white Nikes, why we bought him white Nikes at the beginning of school was a dumb mom move, but it really just, we just do lemon and a little bit of water and it wipes them all clean. So lemon is a blessing, to say the least, to have around the house. It's also those three I just talked about. Amazing for anybody who has seasonal change problems. The wind was really bad here in Southern California. What, about a couple days ago, a week ago? My son just instant, right? Snot. And we do it with honey for him, for a kid, just a drop of each. And it's amazing. So you can do this multiple times a day if needed. I find most people will do it in the morning. If it's severe winds or they have some severe issues with the seasonal changes, they might do it again at night. But that's usually enough, 1 or 2 days of that, and it's enough to really help them. All right, Melaleuca, also known as tea tree, same thing, the Melaleuca tree. Another one that most people are very, very familiar with. This is going to be everything antifungal, antiviral, you name it. So cleaning is amazing with Melaleuca. Any kind of open, kid gets a cut or scratch and it's a little bit open, we're going to dilute it with some fractionated coconut oil and put that Melaleuca on to really help with that process of healing it. Ear, this was the first one I was introduced to, so any kind of ear issues, we never put it in the ear canal, put it on top and then behind the ear, and it is amazing, amazing, amazing support for everything ear. Throat, tip of the tongue, if you wake up with that scratch in your throat or you feel like something might be coming on, not even a full drop, guys, just, it doesn't taste amazing, but you get used to it. Even my kids will say, Mom, I need Melaleuca on the tip of my tongue. Why? Because it works. It doesn't taste great, but they know it'll help them, so they do it. Whoever's on here, I'm having a total Melaleuca is used for so many things. We have a little saying in our house, like, it when in doubt, like everybody's like, Mom, do I need the Melaleuca? Do I need the Melaleuca? Because we really do use it for that many things. So anybody, kids or adults have to wear the same shoes every day. I know a lot of husbands, have to wear boots all the time. They wear the same boots. This is a great one if they have any kind of itchiness on their foot or anything like that. Great one to drop in their shoes to help with that. Blemishes. So any kind of zit or acne, just like I did, tapping that on is amazing for anything like that. So wounds, you name it, right? This is really your first aid kit, these top 10. All right, so moving on from there, like I said, do a little bit more research. There's a million ways to use Melaleuca. I just can't think of right now. Oregano. So oregano is one you're not going to use every single day, but when you need it, you're going to be so glad you have it, right? So think of Melaleuca times 10. Oregano has amazing, amazing benefits to the body and to your health. So this is going to be always diluted. It is a warm oil, but it's just going to be applied. Most of the time you can take it internally. And mind you, most of these, everyone I've talked about so far can be internally. We have 3 ways we use oils internally, meaning we ingest them, which is whether, like we talked about, the peppermint in our water. We have veggie capsules where we will do the drops of these in and take them that way. I told you I add it to my son's, to a spoonful of honey, makes the oils go down. It's another great way to get it in internally. Also topically, like I said, diluting or neat, depending on your experience with essential oils, but always dilute if you are new to essential oils. So diluting is just going to be a fractionated coconut oil we sell in our back office for like $12. It lasts forever. You only need a squirt or 2 with a drop of the essential oil applied down the feet or spine. If you don't know where to apply it, also the brainstem, the soft spot back here, is a great place to apply oils. So oregano, something's coming down, something's caught in your house, it's going down, right? Like, we are going to help whoever it is, and we are going to really help to make sure that the rest of the family is not going to pick up whatever is going on. That's going to be your oregano. Also cooking, you guys, great oregano is very, very strong. We just take a toothpick and dip it in, and you can swirl it in your spaghetti sauce. If you're making a lot, obviously you can do a drop, but cooking with essential oils not only taste amazing, you're going to get those same benefits from it. Okay, frankincense. So when in doubt, use frankincense. Frankincense was given to baby Jesus as one of the three wise men brought it to him, along with myrrh and gold. So it's been long renowned. It was buried with a lot of the Egyptian kings in the pyramids. Frankincense is long been known for its amazing benefits and what frankincense can do for the body. So this also is going to help kind of power or make, oh, sorry, that was another quote or another comment. My mind's going everywhere today. I need lavender. But frankincense is going to make everything more powerful, right? So adding frankincense to, I told you that lavender, we had a big spider bite, and I kept putting lavender on it, and that really helped take that itch away, take that irritation away, but the actual spider bite itself was not going away. Hello, put frankincense with it, right? So then I put frankincense with it, and it disappeared. So that's going just to make everything more powerful. When in doubt, use frankincense. And you guys just know, you will hear me talk about frankincense a lot. A lot of people who reach out to me, I will usually have frankincense somewhere in there because it is that amazing. And it works so well with all of these. Frankincense is also one of the only oils, one of the only things that can break that brain barrier. So anytime we're talking about anything in the head, or I'm being very compliant here, but anytime we're talking about some serious things where the brain needs that extra boost or could use that extra help, you're going to hear me talk about frankincense. So little side note, frankincense by itself retails for like over $80 or about $80. But it comes in a kit. So a great way to get frankincense is in a starter kit, right? Like our small starter kit is $150. Frankincense alone is $80. You can see the benefit of getting a kit just right there. Okay, I'm going to move through these last blends pretty quickly. These are pretty self-explanatory just by the names of what they are. But On Guard, if you have children in your home, if you are a mother, a grandmother, On Guard needs to be in your home. It needs to be used every day and applied. And On Guard's not one of those you will necessarily see, although it's great for some things like throat help and support and stuff like that. It's not usually something you're going to see or notice right away. I love about 6 months to a year in, a new customer usually will text me and talk about On Guard because I really promote using it every day, whether that's in your diffuser, whether it's doing a roller ball and rolling it down your children, or just my kids and I, we just put a drop on our hands before we walk out the door every morning. It's that simple. It's amazing, the stories I've heard of On Guard and No More Sick Days, and it's really a passion of mine. I think every school should diffuse On Guard. We've had on our team, we have a preschool teacher, and she's been diffusing On Guard, asked all the parents, and they were totally okay with it. And they've already noticed a major difference in sick days and absences and that kind of stuff. So On Guard every day, somehow, some way, get it on your bodies, and really help be proactive about our health. I think we are all so reactive. Something's coming on, then we do it. Let's be proactive. And if you are proactive with oils, even when you do catch something, generally you're really going to reduce the effects of what's going on in your body and in your home, and diminish them very quickly. So being proactive is something I'm very passionate about, and so easy to do when you have these oils in your home. Okay, digestion, everything, tummy issues, right? I always say the Tums commercial where they did the little dance. If you guys, maybe I'm aging myself, but if you guys did remember that commercial, this is going to be the natural solutions for that. So everything tummy, it can just be rubbed on the abdomen. You can dilute it or not, up to you. For children, I would always dilute it. Oh, Megan saying she just sent On Guard to her husband in Vegas because everybody's been sick. He has had it for 2 days, and in between that, the breathe, he is feeling much better. Oh, with that and the breathe, he's feeling much better. Yeah. It's funny how husbands, I love when husbands shift. You know, so many husbands are very anti the oils, and once they see the power and the effects of them, it's crazy to see how quickly they change and are now asking for them and stuff. So digest and everything tummy. My all-time favorite is apply this to the stomach. You can take it internally. I don't like the taste of it, so we usually do peppermint internally. And then whether it's a beadlet, we sell these little beadlets that are like a quarter drop, or drop under the tongue, or just applying it in your water is the easiest way if you're new to oil, and then rubbing this on the abdomen. So all things digestion. Okay, breathe. And I was trying to keep this to 30 minutes, so we're right at that. So I'm gonna kind of go a little bit quicker. Breathe, all things respiratory support, right? Great. I saw, it makes me cringe every time I see where people say to put Vicks at the bottom of your children's feet and apply socks. While that might work, Vicks has petroleum in it. They've had a lot of talk about taking it out, but they have not yet. So if you don't know anything about petroleum, do a quick research on it. It's definitely something you don't want to be putting on your children's feet when their immune systems are down. So breathe, you can do the same thing. And we even sell a vapor stick with breathe. That's going to be very much the consistency of that vapor rub stuff. So breathe directly on the chest. You can dilute it on the feet with socks in the diffuser. Beautiful, beautiful oil, and great for any kind of respiratory support. Like I told you, that lavender, peppermint, and lemon. I love getting that in my son. He has some real issues with the seasonal changes. I love getting that internally and then putting breathe on topically. Same thing, being proactive. Not this last week, but when we really first started to shift into fall, I could feel it in the air, and I was like, oh, I need it. So I was very proactive and did all of this, previously, and then we didn't have any issues at all. So again, you'll hear me talk a lot about being proactive and learning, the signs and knowing when your children usually come down with something, and really upping the oil intake and amount then. So last but definitely not least is Deep Blue. It does have a child protective cap on it because it has wintergreen in it. It only does come in the small bottle, but a little goes a long, long way. So Deep Blue a lot of people are very familiar with Deep Blue and love it. We also sell it in a lotion as well. Everything aches and pains, growing pains. For our athletes love it for muscles, pre and post workout. Our runners love it, for legs. Police officers love it for their back because they carry all that weight on their back. I love it for my shoulder tension that I get a lot of times from being at the desk more often than I ever have before. So you name it, Deep Blue is amazing to have in the house. This one is not. This and Breathe, I think, are only ones in the top 10 that you're not going to take internally. So they're only going to be topical, or you can diffuse. Deep Blue is going to usually be a topical oil. So the reason I'm doing this month is a couple different reasons. One, I really just wanted to do a quick top 10 class online and have it. I'm going to figure out how to save this for my newbies that I am so blessed to be bringing so many people onto our team lately. But also to let you guys know about the promo this month, if you spend $150 is our kit. So the $150 is going to be all 5 ml oils, and it's going to have all top 10 that we talked about today. It's also going to provide you with the peppermint and On Guard beadlets that I talked, which are about a quarter drop. Great to drop in a diaper bag, purse, and carry on the go. So that one is $150, and this month you're going to get $50 back. So you spend $150 this month. Next month you're going to have $50 in your cart to spend on whatever you want in doTERRA. So it'll be $50 in oils if you want to buy more oils. Obviously, we will talk and adjust. Really, the top 10 is the necessity. I always tell people, I can't help you with your needs unless you have these 10 in your home generally. And And then past that, so the other things we can talk about and make sure we really get oils that are adjusted to what you and your family need. So that is $150. My favorite kit is the $275, which is all the oils we showed you today in the bigger bottle. So 250 drops versus the 75 drops. And it also comes with a diffuser. So great starter kit. If you're really being proactive about your health and in your home, you are going to go through some of these. So you're going to get a much better value when doing the 15 ml kit. This month, if you do that, I will give you 100 back for that kit. So next month you will have 100 to spend on that. So, but we do a lot of promotions and deals. So Tara is amazing about that. But this really truly is the best one. This one's by far my favorite that they offer, and it's only for the month of November. So if you guys are interested in getting started or getting these in your home, no matter what kit, and then you will also have an amazing community that will help you with all of this. So it's, you know, I think sometimes we overcomplicate the oils, and it's really just not that difficult. We have an amazing book that we can get. Also, we'll provide you guys an app that is going to tell you everything you need to know, right? You're going to be able to look up any symptom or anything going on, and it's going to tell you what to use. And 80% of the time, you will have the top 10 in there for what you are looking for. So definitely a great way to start. And if there's any questions, let me look real quick. Oh, yes, she said that small scale farmers who have grown these products for generations are actually being paid a living wage. Yes, so for the first time ever, these farmers that produce, because we take out that middleman and really support them in what they need, they're actually getting paid ahead of time and not getting robbed and still stolen from like they were before, and are actually able to produce a living and not worry about where their next meals are coming from their kids, along with so many of them are able to provide education and stuff. The only way for them to get out of poverty, right, is to educate them. So doTERRA takes that very, very seriously. One of my favorite stories as I look through here is, can't remember what country, and if you're on here and remember what country, go ahead and type it in, but one of our newer countries we're sourcing from, so it's got to be one of our newer oils, said, you know, they've only ever taught their women don't get educated. That's kind of a no-no thing, and doTERRA told them, well, if you're going to source with us, your women are also going to be educated. We're not just going to come in and educate your men. So that's like a beautiful story. And if you guys want to look more on this, go to youtube.com. You can look at sourcing videos on under their doTERRA, or also the Healing Hands. We're partnership with OUR, which is my heart. Totally, it's about saving kids from sex trafficking and stuff like that. It's rampant. It's crazy how much of that we have even here in the U.S. Dates for Girls. There's some amazing things on there. So just know, even through purchasing these beautiful oils, if you're not into the science side of it and just how effective and amazing they are, and they're going to actually work for you and your family, know that you're doing so much good just by purchasing these throughout the entire world. And I invite you to look at YouTube and really dive into our Healing Hands and sourcing, because that's really, really is my heart. So I think I went through everything. I hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. I'm all messed up with days. And feel free to share this with your friends, tag people. That my passion is to really help people reduce the toxins in their home and help people to live a fulfilled life and show them just how easy that is, right? It's so easy to reduce 70% of the toxins you're exposed to every single day. And, you know, if you get involved in our community, we're really going to help show you, provide those recipes for you, and help you live an all-around better life, feel better. And so many people out there are looking for that solution. They're looking for that missing piece in their life. And oil so many times fits that missing piece. Something's not working, something's not clicking, whatever they're doing, whatever they're being told isn't fitting in their life, and they need that missing piece. So if you know anybody like that, please share, please tag them in this. Those are the people I get on here to help. So have a beautiful Sunday. Bye, guys.